Yeah, so with Darius, he had a little bit of an ankle, and then with Van, just working through some of the COVID stuff, I am confident that he'll be back. It was one of those deals. As of right now, if I was leaning towards what I think happened, I think he got a false positive, but you have to really wait. His second test came back negative, and then we're really waiting 24 hours to confirm that that is a false positive, in fact, and we expect him to be able to return with us, tomorrow. Darrell Henderson, he ended up coming back in. He got his hand just kind of hit in the middle of practice, and so he was just getting that checked out, and then he ended up finishing doing a couple things.
Sean, when you hope to kind of get out of the final few weeks, I mean, there's still several weeks of
Yes.
trade in the camp,
Sure.
you guys breaking here. What do you want to get done when you go back to the facility?
I think you just want to continue on with what we're doing right now, Lindsay. I want to see guys continue to ramp up the competition, continue to see us sharpen our mental focus and concentration, our execution really in both phases, and really all three phases with the kicking game. We've had a couple things just mentally as far as some of the pre-snap procedural issues that I want to see us clean that up, both on offense and defense. But just continue to stack blocks. Like you said, we're leaving here, but we're not breaking training camp. We're still going to be in training camp mode for the next couple weeks. And with the approach that we take, it's really important for us to get a lot out of these practices, because there's going to be a lot of guys that we hold out of this preseason.
After you didn't have training camp last year, was there anything that you were pleasantly reminded about why you like to be here?
Yeah, I think, what an amazing setting. It's hard not to like this when you're looking at the water. I'm able to bike over to practice from the hotel. But I think it's just seeing people again. You realize how much you thrive on the energy, whether it's you guys being here, hearing the fans and the noise. Just the positive interaction with those good vibes that you feel, And so this setting, being around the people, this is one of the things that you love so much about the game. And it's been definitely refreshing to feel normal again.
Coach McVay, what have you seen out of Xavier Jones so far?
Been really pleased with him. Thomas Brown's done an excellent job. I think Xavier got better and better last year. You could see his confidence grow, and I thought he really hit the ground running in training camp. With his opportunities, he's really delivered. You can see he's starting to really have a better understanding of what his responsibility is within, each of the different things that we're activating, whether that be run game, pass game, where he fits in some of the protections. And so he's a guy that if he's going to, I think he's going to carve out a role for himself. What that is to be determined, but he's a guy that we're expecting to kind of count on throughout the season.
He played the air raid in college. Those spread passing systems, do they advance the running backs in terms of pass protection, or is it still a big learning curve once they get up here?
Yeah, I can't speak for how they operated in their protection schemes, but I think he's picked things up pretty quickly. I think he's a complete player. I think when you look at protection, he's definitely smart. What you're really looking for first and foremost is a willingness and a toughness to put your face on people and go, meet people, at the line of scrimmage, whether that's linebackers, DBs, kind of where your protection responsibilities lie. He's done a nice job when we've done some of those pickup drills, and then he's also shown really well in the pass game also.
How's Terrell Burgess looking for you this year?
It's been great. He's got a versatile skill set. He's a guy that has the ability to play, that star, that nickel position. He can play safety. He's a guy that he's even bumped outside in, some situations at Utah we played corner, but it's been great seeing him healthy. He's just got such a great demeanor, great energy. He's one of those guys that always has a smile on his face, but he's tough. We're expecting good things from Terrell this year.
Is he some? Go ahead.
Troy Warner played alongside him growing up.
Yeah.
He's also in the secondary. Just how nice is it to have two guys that have that knowledge?
I think it's really cool. You can see Troy grew up in a football family. Obviously, his brother Fred is an extremely accomplished player, but Troy's got a great feel for the game. You can see the instincts, the awareness. Been really pleased with the opportunities he's had, and he's only going to get better, and I'm looking forward to seeing him show out in the preseason.
Couple more, guys.
Is he someone who can unlock Jalen for you, you think?
Who's that?
Terrell, excuse me.
I think what he does is if he's able to have that versatile skill set that we anticipate, it makes it a little bit less predictable with what you want to do with Jalen. But, I think Darius and both David Long give you that availability as well, Jordan. The nice thing about Jalen is I genuinely believe he could play any position and find a way to be successful. And so, the energy that he's consistently brought Jordan, our job is to figure out how many different ways can we put him in positions to affect and influence the outcome of games. And he can do so many different things, and that's a positive problem for us. And, it'll almost be like playing Where's Waldo for the offense on where Jalen will be.
How's Austin Corbett progressed playing center?
He's done good. He's done really well. Here's what you know about Austin. I fully believe he's capable of starting at center or the right guard position. I think Brian Allen's ascension and how healthy he's been has really been something that we've been extremely encouraged by. And Brian's, gotten a lot of reps with the first team offense at the center position. Austin Corbett has really done a great job. You look at what he did last year at the right guard spot. Couldn't have been more pleased with him. He's gotten a lot more reps the last couple days at that right guard spot. Whether that ends up being where he starts or not is kind of to be determined, but he's going to be on the field and contribute in a big way.
That was a pretty serious knee injury for Brian a couple of years ago. Were you ever worried he might not get back?
I don't know that you ever worry about it, but I think what you mentioned, it was a serious injury. It's a lot to overcome, and he looks sturdy. He looks strong. You can see, if you talk to Brian Allen, he's locked in. He loves this. He's all about football. He's always thinking about it. He and Wolford are two of the guys that are as committed as anybody in terms of, sharpening each other. And I think he's really hit the ground running, been really pleased with what Brian Allen's done. If you were to say, one of the standouts of camp, Brian Allen's definitely one of those guys for me.
Last one, guys.
He's going to be able to play Saturday?
No, he's not playing this preseason either. I don't anticipate that happening. So it's going to be there's going to be a lot of guys that'll get opportunities, but there's also going to be a lot of guys that will not be playing in this preseason. And so you guys get ready to make sure you're familiar with all of the guys on our roster. All right? Thanks, guys.
Thanks, y'all.